Hey, Lil Tjay just got locked up, man. Subscribe to the channel. Like this video right now, man. I'm about to break the whole thing down for y'all. Watch this whole video. Let's get right to it, man. Let me know where y'all from, who you a fan of. If you a fan of Lil Tjay, drop it in the comment section. Let's go. So Lil Tjay was out in New York trying to do a whole music video shoot for a whole music video between him and Ice Spice. Everybody knows Ice Spice. Basically, what happened is that TJ had the blick on him and he got caught up by the undercover UCs at the whole video shoot. The fact that this whole thing popped up, I seen the video already on IG of them walking him in. They had NYPD, everybody there. They had the jackets on and the feds was there. And he had on his hat. He had a blue Yankee hat on with his chains and watch on. He looked mad. He looked super mad because he looked like he got set up, like somebody told on him. Like, who knows? He was there with Ice Spice. A lot of people are saying, did Ice Spice say something? Is she really out there like with anything? Was she trying to come up on any type of thing from telling? Nowadays, you know how a lot of rappers, a lot of people are telling, they snitching because you've seen Gunna, you've seen everything that's going on, Yo Gotti's brother and everything. And so now that you got Lil Tjay and he's been through a lot, man, this past year, he got pulled up on at the Chipotle on one time, and in New Jersey and Edgewood, and then now you talking about he got locked up. Man, that's such a bad year to be at one point where you get popped and then you sitting down, have to sit down, recover and do all of that. And he had to learn how to walk and everything again. And then he finally got back on stage and did a show. And he had that big show with everybody from New York. And, you know, it looked like he was back and he was good and everything was going to be back to the way it was. But then all of a sudden now he links up on a Monday morning, you know, lunchtime to go link up with Ice Spice. He's thinking it's sweet. He's thinking, oh, 2023 going to be a breeze. But then it said, hold my beer. And then that's when they came up and boom, the whole unit, the whole squadron. It was even like a whole, they had a whole UPS truck full of SWAT that jumped out on him and basically told him like, come over here, put your hands behind. And they locked him up. They put on pink handcuffs on him and basically walked him literally 3 blocks down. That's how slick they were and like slimy. And the fact that they hid out, did a stakeout. They actually used binoculars and a telescope to watch him. They knew it was him because of the reflection of his chain on and everything like that. And so basically the diamonds were dancing. They seen him and it was flashy. They saw he was about to do the music video, but they were like looking closely at everything. And they're like, wait, does he got the blick on him? Because I don't think he about to do what he thinks he gonna do. He thinks that he could still come to a music video and be like one of them rappers who bring out strap at the music video and try to show it off, like, you know, letting everybody know in the whole video and the song and everything like that, that they with the shits and all that. And so basically that's when they were like, okay, we can't let that happen. So that's when they jumped out. They told one unit to go around the block so that they could come at him from the complete other side. And so by the time he realized it, the director told him to retake, do a whole take, another take on the whole scene and everything. And while they're in the middle of the take, they tap him on the shoulder and it's like they were moving all the people out the way. He must have had been on his phone looking down and they tap him and he said, hey, let me get an autograph. He looks up and it's a whole squad of feds. And that's when the NYPD took him in. They had to get him under control. They said that he was coming with them for the night. And you know how it is out of New York. You're not even supposed to have any of that. And Lil Tjay already is like, he already moving. It's like so much heat on him already. Why is he, you know, like he could have had one of his securities do it instead of be on him, but he was trying to flash it for the camera. And when he already upped it and showed it for the camera for the music video with the beam on and everything, that's when they're like, enough's enough. We're not gonna let anybody have that. It's New York. You're not supposed to be having that. And that's the same thing that happened with that's the same thing that be happening to a lot of people. Like that same thing happened to the dude rapper from Chicago, and he had his thing where he just got back and got locked up again. And so the thing you got to understand is that the fact that he could have had one of his security hold the peace, but they caught him on film. They caught him actually trying to do the whole thing, the dance, do a dance in front of the camera with the blick, and that's really what tipped it to the boiling point, because they were like, okay, now that they're watching him and something happened, when they see something and they say something, they got to say something. Basically, they went into action and geared up and literally had whole tactical uniforms and fit on. They came out in the jackets and everything and took him and literally walked him down the block with his hands behind his back and told him that, stuffed him into the squadron car. And that's when they took him off and they went down to the precinct. And basically now he can't probably get no type of bond. We're going to see how much it's going to be. You know, his team is going to have to be on it. It's another setback. He's going to have to this time come back and make a whole nother, like get out of the system and basically try to make it to where they don't have all these extra charges on him. And whether he had already had been in trouble before, whether he was even supposed to have it on him at all, like maybe he could have been the type of person who couldn't even have a blick, period. Like he done messed up his past already so much to where if he gets caught with one, he's immediately going in. And so that's basically what happened, and that's what's going on. And they got him in for basically what that is. And so now everybody's looking at it like all the TJ fans are like, man, no, not again, TJ, not again. Not after you just got out for getting popped. Not after the whole thing that happened in New Jersey at Edgewood at the whole Chipotle. Like, that's crazy. And then now for this to happen in 2023 is not a good way to start off. So the year has been kind of starting off a little funky for all the Lil Tjay fans. And I know a lot of people are going to miss Lil Tjay for the time that he's going to have to sit down and do the seasons for. But at the end of the day, if you can't do the time and if you can't sit down for them seasons, if you end up getting caught, then don't even think about getting yourself involved into any of this type of stuff that TJ was doing, holding on to his strap, trying to show off for the music video, not knowing dang well that he's a celebrity and that people are going to start noticing. Why you think that the 12 was already looking at him is because that there were celebrities causing a whole scene doing a music video shoot in broad daylight in New York. That's going to hold up traffic. Pedestrians walking on the street, on the sidewalk, they're going to be all held up like trying to get a picture, trying to run over and flood the zone of where all the famous people are at, where all the rappers are at. They're going to be trying to do that. So once the Jump Out boys done seen everything that they saw, they were like, before this turns into a whole little thing, before any ops try to run up on TJ and he has to do something crazy in the public in the scene like that, they were like, we got to get a hold of this whole situation before anything happens, because they already looking, they watching him. And so he didn't notice that he was slacking. Had he just not had done nothing, maybe they would have had to come up to the scene and have a reason to actually be able to look and see if they could search anything. Then if they found, you know what I mean? But it would have been more steps and obstacles. But he gave him he basically snitched on himself by just upping it for the camera, when he could have just literally had the securities do it behind him and stuff. And that way, if any issues came up, they already got the paperwork to prove that they could do whatever they need to right then and there. Like the fact that they could have it on and they could be licensed, legit, everything like that. And so, but at the end of the day, man, if you can't sit down for them seasons, you shouldn't have even thought about that. And so now that's what TJ's got to think about, and that's what he's got to go through. And so it's just the first stages now, first day in for him. And so basically subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment down below, and I'm going to catch you on the next one.